We supposed
You
to play.
right. We broke, yeah. There's no blood, no foul.
We didn't understand that, no, hold on. He's 100%. You get 100% first, and then make it a fair fight.
Think about it.
They want you to play half injured so they can beat you. And you make up the excuse like, I was injured. I don't care.
Nah.
Welcome to No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. I'm Mike Botticello, right over there in that Memphis OJ Mayo jersey.
Yeah.
That's Gilbert Arenas.
Ex-teammate, you know what I mean? Represent.
LA kid?
Yeah? No,
LA
Ohio.
Kid. Ohio, okay, that's right. SC kid, that's what I meant, which you don't like SC too much.
Why?
Arizona rival? Once a rival, always a rival?
There's no rival, they're trash. What are you talking about?
How about LA rivals? Because we have a guy here that different ages, but there's always that rivalry in the city. Jason Mckinney, JMack, welcome to the show.
How you doing? Thank you.
We got sidebar in that SC conversation. Forget those guys. But here you are. This goes back for people that don't know. We're gonna talk about LA basketball in the 90s, the golden era, some might say, some might on this couch actually say that. How did you guys first get familiar with each other?
Man, playing basketball as a kid in LA, made an AAU basketball team called Top Prospects, and I was pretty good for my age group, so I always played up. And yeah, we heard about this kid from the Valley talking about he averaging 45 or he putting up big numbers and, you know, he gonna come take spots, and all my coach kept raving about this kid from the Valley, he gonna be doing this, gonna be doing that. So he was like, let's see. So he came to the team. I think played one tournament at Delaware Park, Isis Park somewhere, got loose. We was like, okay, he the truth. Then we went to the Vegas, Bigfoot tournament in Vegas, and yeah, he got loose. he definitely got loose, so.
For you though, I want to hear Gil describe your game for the people that didn't see it.
Yeah, so when you're in a valley, you're closed off to what I call real basketball. We're valley kids, so it's surfers, everyone.
Suburbs.
That's how LA basketball looked at us. So, me and my friends, we'll try to go to Venice Beach, or we'll try to get somewhere where we can try to get some talent. So back then, when I got on TPI and, I started watching, 13-year-olds dunk. And they talking about, we got the 12-year-old right here, he playing varsity. Like, wait, what? Yeah, he on the C team of the varsity team. Man, get the fuck out of here talking about C team of the varsity. So you got these young kids coming and you just sitting there like, wait, what? So, when I seen him, I was like, yo, he's the dude. I mean, he's the dude. Like, he ain't even on our team. No. He's the future, he's the dude. Like, he's the dude. So like, all right. So you see boxes of shoes coming, like, ain't the dude, hey, y'all don't get no boxes? I was like, nah, we not him. So you see, like this is the first time that, you see someone that's, they're under you, but on a whole nother atmosphere. In LA, I don't get to hear about these guys. You hear about Barron, and then, you hear about those guys, but, there's still groups of, never heard about the youth basketball. So you don't hear about middle school and, I'm in 11th grade. I'm not letting no 8th grade talk about, man, I just scored 40 tonight. What you talking about an 8th grader for? And then you see shoes, rubbing chains, and man, that's God over there. That's the God. That's the Godson. He's the next generation. And then you seen it early of kids with buzz that just really had game showing their style. So I'm sitting here trying to learn and trying to understand the whole process, because you talking about 8th graders with that type of power, I've never seen it before. This is my first time being in the world, I call it the upper echelon. Being on, the Top Prospect. I remember watching kid, was it Leroy? Mm-hmm. You remember Leroy?
Leroy's a bucket.
He just buckets. you just surrounded by bucket getters, just people who their skill level and athleticism was so superior.
and it was a competitive atmosphere. I think these kids nowadays are too friendly for my liking. I think for your liking as well, because they too, I wouldn't say soft, label them as soft, because they said the rules changed, but their competitive spirit is not really dog-eat-dog, like how we were. We were dog-eat-dog, and they're more like patting on their backs. Oh, that was nice. Like, they letting them get loose. Like, nah, when nobody let nobody get loose when we were coming up. You had to earn your respect.
Yeah, you had to earn, like, because I remember, like, because I was the Valley, so I didn't get, I remember I had to, I was boxing. Like, I remember.
That's about being competitive spirit. Like, Leroy was a scorer. He was a LA kid, went to LA high school. He averaged like 30, 40. So he's not gonna let a Valley kid, supposed to be averaging the same amount as him, come to a TPI or AAU team, take his spot. So I don't know what had happened, but we in Vegas, Bigfoot tournament, Gil's like, JMack, give him your pillow. He grabbed my pillow. They got boxing gloves on, like they about to box. Then he took our video game and stuff. He came in our room. We was at break. I don't know what happened, but he got for the pillow. They ended up fighting boxing. Gil tried to uppercut him, Yayukin, like Street Fighter, and hit and missed though. And literally Yayukin and missed and hit the ceiling. So I don't know what, his whole hand was swollen. Later on that night, it was a championship game. Like I said, it was a Bigfoot tournament, and we played against Southern Cal All-Star, and they're stacked. They got Casey Jacobson, Jason Capono, Tyson Chandler, Collins twins, Chris Burgess. Like, they were loaded. They were loaded. And we had the LA City kids, Tony Bland, Gilbert Arenas. Who was on your guard team?
Jason Marcet.
Joe Ship, Chris Osborne. Like, y'all was stacked too. So in the day, it was like a good game to see. Man, Gilbert still, I don't know how he did it, but he finished that game with like 45?
Yeah, 45.
45.
Handed?
Yeah, that's right.
Right hand, still giving buckets, coming down with soiling fingers, just icing at the timeouts and coming out. Bah, bah. I was like, man, that boy.
Yeah, it seemed like
you had the it factor.
It was just, I didn't
factor.
have what they had.
Right.
And was I the most talented on the team? No.
Nah.
Not even close.
I think that's why he tried to do something outside of basketball to intimidate you, because he knew basketball-wise he couldn't mess with you because you was that guy. You had the it factor. You came in really.
You know, I think it was just the process. You know, a new dude coming to the team, and you know, it was just one of those things where we gon' like. It wasn't we fight, you know.
Right, it wasn't like a beef.
It was just we gonna
beef.
put the boxing gloves on to see what you got. You know, it was just to make sure you at war. When we go out there, you ready to. You know, so it was, you know, so I'm sitting in the hotel room, boxing we boxing.
Remember, I'm 8th grade. I'm young. They're older than me, so I don't know what happened. But yeah,
I was gonna say, where were you in? Meanwhile,
that's what I said.
I'm in the room.
That's what I'm saying. Just
I'm
as
in
an
the
8th
room.
grader with all these guys that are above you, and you're playing up.
But
still,
that is
but
different.
as
He's
a
God.
kid,
You know, it's God. He's God.
but in your mind, that's how you guys saw him.
You got them little children in there just boxing them.
Yeah. I mean, my thought process was different at an early age because I was advanced. I was exposed to a lot at an early age. Seventh grade, I was blessed to see Kobe Bryant. He came to LA Lakers. My teammate, classmate was Daniel Campbell, Eldon Campbell's nephew. So me and him went to a Lakers practice one time, and we on the side playing at LMU. Was it LMU? LMU College. And Kobe just saw me, just gravitated towards me. I guess he saw what I had, and we just became real cool. So me being around him at an early age, seeing what he went through and seeing how he carried himself, and that's 96. Yeah. I was 7th grade, so I knew what I wanted to do as in basketball-wise as my big picture. It was kind of like a gift and a curse, because now I'm thinking my whole life's gonna be just laid out. I'm destined to go pro. I'm destined. I'm #1 point guard in California. Can't nobody tie my shoes. So now I'm about to go to the East Coast, to ABCD camp, go out here and kill, get my national exposure, see what they got going on in Texas, go out here, kill out here, because I'm nice in Cali. Can't nobody see me in Cali. So my thought process was different. But reality is, you gotta take step by step. Day by day is a process. And that's where I kind of like look back and reflect like, damn, that's where I skipped.
And I wanted to go through that, the path that you were on for the people that then didn't know what happened. So you're that kid in 8th grade, this prospect, this prodigy. From there you went to Westchester?
Yeah, Westchester, #1 point guard in California, played varsity. After like 4 or 5 games, they moved me up, but we just killing running through people. So they moved me up to varsity. Eric Knight, which is Billy Knight, rest in peace, little brother, was like, yo, coach, I need some help. Bring him up because he definitely could help. So I wasn't starting, but I definitely was a backup guard. So I came in there, did my thing, and just build more confidence. So my sophomore season, I think I'm gonna be starting, doing my thing, going hard, and tore my meniscus. So it was more so me not recognizing me to be being humble. I feel like God was humbling me through my injuries, and I wasn't recognizing because I was so cocky, so confident, thinking ahead, thinking everything's gonna be still given to me. So I knew I had to work my butt off to get back healthy. But I knew that wasn't gonna be given. So I worked my butt off to get back healthy, get back stronger. But still, I had that arrogancy about me that God was like, no, you're not ready yet. So I mean, just the process of me maturing, growing up, not living in the moment. And my junior year happens, so my sophomore season, messed my meniscus up. We ended up had surgery for the whole season, come back during the playoffs. So they played 6 months, I came back in 3 months. So come back in the whole playoffs, we played Crenshaw. Do you remember E.J. Harris?
Yeah, EJ.
E.J. Harris was supposed to be the truth too, so they called him like the golden child or something like that, his senior year in high school, and we all sophomores. And like I said, so I knew me coming off my injury that I had something to prove. And our city championship game was at the Forum in my backyard in Inglewood. So I knew, that being said, I had some more to prove. And I'm at the Forum all the time with Kobe. So it's like me practicing there, that's like my backyard. So I knew I was gonna have fun getting loose because basketball is supposed to be a safe haven. It's our way of having fun. So I went out there and I had to put on a show. And by me being so arrogant and cocky, I kind of like got caught up with the hype because I went got in the game, put the ball between his legs, threw the ball off a glass of somebody, we dunking, and it's crazy in front of 8,000 people. Like, I'm creating my own buzz. The platform is set, the stage is set. So now we don't have social media. So now I gotta make sure I put in some work so they remember me. So I make sure I put in some work. So half court, he came out full court press, don't do that. Put the ball between his legs. I mean, it was a turnover after that because I threw the ball between his legs, somebody stepped up, so I couldn't get it back fast enough, they called a charge, so I give him that. But anyway, everybody know me for throwing the ball between his legs at half court. So that's our era. You got to do something to be known, to be remembered. So that's why I made sure I did something every time he stepped in front of me. So that happened. I felt myself, we won a city championship, and it's like, Coach, why you didn't start me? The only reason why I wasn't starting because of my injury. I came back for the playoffs, I feel like I should have started. I bust my butt to get back right. It wasn't because of my talent level. The guard couldn't see me. So I was feeling myself too much. I didn't have no guidance to the point where somebody told me, learn the course, understand what he's trying to do with you. He's trying to, really honed you. He's trying to make sure that you on a good path. And I didn't know that. I didn't understand that. All I thought was he was holding me back. He was hating on me. And I'm like, okay, so after that season happened, we cracking. I'm like, can I go to Nike All-American camp? He tells me no. He tells me, Jason, I could put my dog's name on the application and they'll send him an invite to the camp. I said, what? So that right there kind of like blew me. I'm like, I gotta get up out of here. So I called my uncle, like, yo, man, we gotta find somewhere for me to go because he's not gonna let me get loose. He already not started me. I came back healthy, ready to play. You saw what I did in the championship game. You see I got co-MVP. Like, I'm ready to play. He still wanna start me, talking about process? Like, nah, man. So me not having no real guidance of knowing what to look forward to kind of like messed me up, derailed me because now I'm looking for I wouldn't say limelight success, but
Quick gratification.
right, I'm looking for, so the exposure. That summer, I met Coach Roy at Inglewood, and he said he had an opportunity for me to go to ABCD camp. Now, ABCD camp was Adidas and Nike. Matter of fact, before I met Coach Roy, I talked to Kobe, and Kobe told me that we got Nike camp and Adidas camp. So which one you want to go to? I told him Nike first, I'm a Nike kid growing up. He was like, nah, I got to plug with Sonny, and they take care of you over there. They, it's good. So I'm like, what? Okay, so Adidas. So we hugged up Coach Roy. He made it happen. I come back from LA, but what messed me up was going on a bad wheel. I got exposed on a national platform. Raymond Felton in my class, Anthony Robertson in my class, Sean Dockery in my class, TJ Ford. It's all people I've seen in Fairleigh Dickinson. Fairleigh Dickinson? Where is that?
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Fairleigh Dickinson, yeah. So that's where all I'm seeing there, all these East Coast guards, all these Midwest guards. I'm like, but I'm holding my own, but I'm not at my full potential. So it's like, I should have listened.
Listen to stay back.
Yeah, so it's just me not having that guidance, really not really knowing the process or trying to enjoy the process step by step. I'm thinking ahead, he trying to hate because I'm trying to get to the league. So like I said, just moving too fast. So that was my juniors, my sophomore, come back home from New Jersey. I transferred, made the Slam magazine. So my Slam magazine was big stuff because we didn't have social media. We had, if you was that guy, you was a Slam.
That was even harder to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That was,
But I had a buzz I created out there in the East Coast. I held my own. I didn't dominate like I wanted to dominate because I was on a bad will, but I wasn't no pushover. I mean, I wasn't no punk, so he didn't dominate. I did my thing. But so we had a tournament in Lindenwood High School. I think it was Dana's Pumps, the Pump and Runs. They had a tournament out there as soon as I came back from the East Coast, and I did my thing. Me and Sebastian Telfair met out there in the East Coast. So me and him worked on a couple of one-on-one moves. So I came out here. I did it out there on them. And it made some oohs and ahs, and not knowing who the guy was, but he told me turn around, take a picture. I turned around, snapped my picture, and then afterwards he gave me a couple of interviews, a couple of questions, and not knowing who he was, like a month later, I'm in a Slam magazine. I was like, well, it was big. So that was big stuff for me. I felt myself and went to Inglewood, feeling like I'm about to go to win state. My junior year, we were stacked up. We had me, Rayshawn Reed, Anthony Davis, the head coach at Crossroads now. He was a good player when he was in high school. Doug Thomas was a high flyer out of Pasadena. Then we had D'Angelo Collins. He was the one. D'Angelo Collins was supposed to be pro out of high school, 6'9", 225, versatile too. Him and Amari Stoudemire were supposed to go pro out of high school. Well, it was #1 fighting all year long, our senior year. So me leaving Westchester was like, okay, coach, the whole team is not gonna go D1. I know individually I gotta go D1. So with that being said, you holding me back, I gotta bounce. So I knew going to Inglewood, everybody was gonna come looking at him, gonna leave talking about me. It's like that ego. I can't be defeated. I'm not gonna let nobody take my ranking. I'm not gonna let nobody feel like they one up on me because I work too hard for my handles. I work too hard for my respect. And I love basketball. I really love basketball.
And that's something that a lot of kids can relate to is, first of all, there's just always obstacles in the road. Some you can manage, some you can't. They're just there.
Right.
Especially injury.
But you gotta remember, back then, you didn't have a platform where you could miss a ABCD camp or a Nike camp.
Especially if you that guy.
Yeah, so if you was on one wheel or two bad wheels, you had to go. There was no makeup. There was no makeup game.
Well, I'll ask you this. Let me ask you this. If you didn't go because you had an injury,
you was lost.
Long term,
you was lost.
Yeah, but
because
if you force it, and it gets worse.
I hear what you're
exposed.
saying, but yeah, you get lost in the sauce. In long term, it'd be the smarter move to do. But
in the long term, but you got to remember. But that's the reason I wasn't ranked, because I wasn't going anywhere. Like I remember I got invited to the ABCD camp, and I got hurt first day. First day I get hurt, so I didn't play no games. I didn't get not one game in. You know what I mean? I just was nothing. And I remember you had Lou Wright. You had Lou Wright, and he was like, "Damn, man, you missing out. You be killing these." Like, I can't play. Bad ankle, so I'm missing everything. You know what I mean? So it was like one of those things where I wasn't getting high recruited, because if all the coaches are there watching and you're not a part of it, you do get lost. This is not where I can go on social media and you
put your highlight.
You put your highlight. Nah. Like, so now I have to go on a certain team because that's where the college coaches are coming. And still, like, even with TPI, you got all these studs on that.
You gotta show out.
I'm out there killing and still getting the bottom of the barrel. Cause like, who is this? Like, who? I don't even see him on this roster. You know what I mean? Oh, he's at the bottom. Oh, where the hell is Grant High School? You know what I mean? So you still have that element. You know what I mean? So it was one of those, that's why I said, Arizona comes in last.
I was there when I think the letter came into your house.
Yeah.
In Arizona. You were so
So, yeah,
you're talking about that story because he probably was caught off guard at that point, right?
Yeah, basically he was. We met and we came to TPI, and I was coming to the Valley a lot frequently. The Valley is not close to LA. It's like a good 20, 45-minute drive compared to traffic. So that being said, the reason why I was coming to the Valley is because I had a girlfriend living out here. So in the Valley, in the summertime, every weekend I'll come out here and see her. But once he found that out, he was like, bro, I live right down the street, you might as well pull up. So we started hanging out while I was a blah his senior year. And I don't remember exactly the mailman coming, but I think he was showing me the letter. I got to his house, he was so happy. He was like, bro, I'm going to Arizona. I got a letter, Lou Austin. He was just happy. Matter of fact, he left and went to the gym. He went to the course. He grabbed a little double, you had a double court, right? Double rim.
Yeah, double. Hey, yo, the small
rim put inside and put the other rim. That's why jumper was so wet.
Yeah.
I got real history, bro.
Remember
I got real
that,
history,
yo.
bro.
They came out with
double rim, so
it was the double
gotta
rim,
be
so
more accurate.
the rim inside is smaller, so you had to be accurate. Yeah,
I don't even know if they still make those.
Man, I'm like,
Like,
that's the golden era of basketball.
Yeah,
you got to figure it out. We didn't have no
because
trainers.
You had no trainers. That's why the best trainers is that era, because you got to remember that's when you still had the '90s play, but what you had was you had
'80s toughness.
You had us learning a style. You know, us getting into the groove, understanding basketball, learning how to be good, learning how to be great. And this was the push of athleticism. This is when AAU was getting ready. It was just popping.
When shoes started marketing.
Yep, and one is coming. And so, you know, you're sitting there battling against the East Coast, trying to figure out what they're doing, realize, okay, they're dribbling this and this.
And one.
Yeah.
That was my Bible.
Yeah, so but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you're getting moves. So these kids are coming. That's why I said it's like when you said 8th grader and he's hitting you with moves. Like, wait, hold on, whoa.
But that was the moves I caught from Kobe.
Yeah, so where are you learning this stuff from?
Seeing
so
Barron,
that's why, so you have these kids that's coming up real advanced. So you got to hurry up and try to get it in real time. You know, so that's why I said it's that era. So now all these kids, you're learning from us. You're learning from the kids who didn't have a coach. So we had to actually go out there and really process and do it ourselves.
It was all in your mind.
So if you had a jumper, it's because you worked on it. Like, you gotta remember, now, shit, my son can go out on the hoop and take 200 shots in 10 minutes. 200 shots back then, 2 hours.
Fact.
You had to flip the ball to yourself, sit there. So you had to do this shit yourself.
Right.
You know, so, you know, being good back then was actually harder.
And I think that's what I bring to the training, my actual passion of knowing what it takes. Like, I actually played. I actually been through the trenches. So I'm not just a trainer or a skill developer. I wouldn't say trainer, a skill developer that's trying to just ride a kid's wave. And I feel like by me having experience with TPI in our golden era, we had to train ourselves. I feel like I'm obligated to be more of a mentor, be more of a developer to the point where I got exposure weaknesses. You got to expose that to get them better, get them strength if you want to achieve this goal.
Yeah. I didn't know my high school class until probably a couple months ago. I was doing some research with my son about kids, like, and I said, all right, let me look at my year. I didn't realize Joe Johnson. I didn't know they were top in my high school class.
You
Never heard of them.
access.
Yeah, we didn't have.
You might have got a newspaper or Streets.
No, if you
Smith or
didn't
Slam
win
or
in the
something
Slam
like
magazine, you
That
wasn't
was it.
relevant. We didn't know. I didn't know.
I got my, he hooked me up on
Oh, Slam, yeah.
yes.
So with that being said, my guys, senior year, we doing our thing, like I said, balling, but he in the Valley, and his state swag different. So he was like, JMack, dog, we about to pictures or something. I don't know what was going on, but no, homecoming.
Huh?
Homecoming. It was your homecoming prom or something, something. He had me for some event. I'll give you this, Gilbert being Gilbert, I'll give you this chain if you let me rock that chain. This chain was so bull, but me being young, I was like, all right, whatever. Man, it was some seashell, I don't know what it was.
Seashells, some bullshit.
Some BS stuff, but I had gave him a cross chain with Jesus on it. It was kind of dope, but anyway.
The puka. Puka?
Yeah, puka shell.
Why would you do that? He finessed you for some puka shell.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Gil always been Gil, so you gotta understand him as a person. He's being a good guy, but can be an asshole at times. You feel me? So that being said, if you don't know him for genuinely, then you ain't gonna know him. Yeah. So it is what it is. But yeah, so back to the story. We he hit me for the homecoming thing, talking about, yo, I'm about to go to homecoming. I need something to wear, fly to wear. Let me get the chain, blah, blah, blah. I give you this chain. So I'm whatever. So we switch chains. I never seen the chain again until the Slam magazine. And I'm like, hold on, Gil, you still got that chain, bro? I'm in Arizona right now, bro. I'm like, dog. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's all love. And
I thought you were gonna pull it out of your
Nah, you gotta think about, like, back then, like you don't get it. Like, that chain, like, I still got compliments to this day. Like, oh, what kind of jewelry you had on? Like, yeah, man, my man gave me that for the, like, it's in Slam magazine. If you see Slam magazine, me in it, you'll see the cross.
Matter of fact, you still had braces.
Yeah, you see the cross, and they're like, yeah, boy, this is. Felt like God moved right there, baby.
Yeah, so I mean, so we day one since day one, so real recognize real, and me seeing his work ethic, me seeing Cole work ethic, me seeing Tony Blinn, Jason Hart, just actually players from LA that really worked to get good. They didn't have no trainers.
They did.
You feel me?
Yeah, I remember him. I remember this. I remember Tony Blinn, right? So it was my junior year, his senior year.
They want steak.
Yeah, we was playing at the Pumps thing. And I mean, you have every college recruit coming. So I'm in awe, like, oh man, that's the man right there. Had the high socks on, right?
Big t-shirt.
And then he did something that I didn't like, right? Like it was his style, but it just made it seem like he really just didn't respect me.
Right.
Had the high socks high, the shorts all high. Like it was just like it was like a goofy look, but I already knew who he was. Like it was like, okay, he's nice. But because he did the goofy look against me, it pissed me off. So I was in kill mode. Like I was in kill mode. Like I had him to the point where he was throwing a ball against the wall. Like it was like, cause this was the first time I had like they wasn't there to see me.
Right.
They was coming there to see him. He was the number one dude. And I had 50-something. I had 50-something. And then I remember he told me, he was like, man, you balled out. Remember, when you get to college, when you do get there, play your game. He said, don't let nobody change your game. So whatever you do it from day one. When you go into practice, do it there, because you don't want to be modest, trying to fit in, and then when they put you in the game, you try to do you, because once you try to do that and they ain't never seen it, they're gonna yank you out. So from day one, if you score from day one, and that stuck with me the whole time. So when I went to Arizona, that's all I knew. Just show them what I do. But what happened was I used to watch him in college. And it was like, yo, you're not doing what you do.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, why would he go to Syracuse then? Yeah, exactly.
He didn't do...
And then he left and said San Diego State and got loose.
Yeah, it's
by that
like...
time, it was too late.
You know, because they put him at...
New wave went in.
They put him at a 2, and he wasn't a 2. You know, he was more... You know, he was a taller point guard that had that finesse type of game.
Ball-dominant, can't score.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, who was at Syracuse before? I mean, they were big time.
He was there with Jason Hart. You know, so it was Jason Hart that won him at the 2, but he wasn't a scorer like that. He wasn't a shooter like that. So it kind of hurt him a little bit.
He was
with that
a scorer, right, on a shooter. And he had a zone.
That zone, yeah.
I just thought about it. That year y'all played Crenshaw. Y'all beat us first round.
I mean, like I said, my whole high school era was a blur. Honestly, because I was like living ahead. I wasn't in the moment, and I was trying to get up out of high school to get to college. I wasn't thinking about high school. Y'all were smacking my way. So
back to that for you. When you were going through that time in high school to college, then what happened?
My junior year, so we at Inglewood now. D'Angelo did what he did. So my senior year, I'm really pressing, because now everybody at Westchester is getting recruited. Everybody at Westchester, damn near about to go Division I. I look up, everybody at Westchester went Division I, but not me. So my senior year comes, D'Angelo, we go to, it was in Delaware, and LeBron James was there, Lake Robinson, Rainier Beach. We played them in semifinals. But long story short, me and Nate had a battle, and you know, Nate, we had a battle. For real. So, but I had 2 bad wheels, though. So with that being said, he had like 31, I had 28, but we lost by a couple of points, and I felt like if I was on my good wheel, we would have won that game, because Nate wasn't showing me anything that was like wowing me. He wasn't jumping like that back then. He was still like, we was about the same height, and you know, me. So anyway, it was a good game. I averaged like 15 and 10 that whole tournament. So you can do the research, 15 and 10. But at the end of the day, it was just the whole point of me competing when I wasn't ready. And so my junior year happened, that happened my senior year. I came back to California, played good, averaged about 25 and 12 a game. Just recruiting. Like I said, my grades wasn't good. I had the injury bug. Remember Coach Henry Bibby put me in his office, like, they recruited me real heavy, Coach Bibby. He was like, yeah, I would take you, but you might break down on me. Just like that. I don't know if you ever talked to Coach
That's
Henry.
SC for you, Gil.
Huh?
That's SC for you.
Yeah, I don't know if you talked to Henry Bibby before, but he's real blunt.
Yeah.
You feel me? So he gave it to me just like that. Like, I would get you a good guard, but you just might break down on me. Yeah, and I got accepted, knock on the chin. So luckily, I had Barron in my life, situation about TBI, knowing Barron. He was already, I guess, 1 or 2 years into the NBA. Hargrave Military Academy situation came up as prep school, and he took care of me financially. He helped me partially with my scholarship. So I went there for a year. It's all-boys school, academy. They got a good little history of Coleo Young went there. Tony Bobbitt went there that I know of. Well, before me. After me, there was plenty of other kids. So I think with the kid from the Clippers, the Dreads. Dreads, he went there too.
Okay.
A lot of kids went to Hargrave. So Hargrave's a good school when it comes to pumping athletes out. They had a major football team too, but it's a boarding school. It's a disciplinary boarding school. So I stayed in my city and did my thing, and the gravitational pull started happening. Word of mouth started happening. Parents in my era, our era, started knowing that they know my legacy, they know my story, so they start bringing their kids to me, and their kids are getting better, and everything like that. It just, gravitational pulls just start happening. So, I mean, after my accident, I had to tell some parents that I'm not fully 100%, I'm not where I used to be because I had a stroke during surgery. That's why my speech kind of messed up. I got shot in my neck, so I kind of slurred a little bit, but in the day, I'm still here for your kid. I'm still gonna try to give my best, pour in my all into your kid, and it's gonna be positive, it's gonna be genuine. So, I mean, that's been my pitch from day one, and I've been doing pretty well since day one. So, I'm just trying to stay in my lane, keep doing my thing, and Real is Rare is here. That's why my company's called Real is Rare.
I mean,
Real is Rare.
yeah. I didn't even know, none of this.
Yeah, you was in Washington doing your thing.
Yeah, I was, sitting there in my bubble.
You and Nick doing your thing.
Yeah, trying to get my, same thing, trying to figure out
then
my situation.
we met,
2013.
13, 14,
Yeah, because you was like,
14.
I've just been walking for a couple months.
Yeah, I started walking again. Yes, we met again. So that being said, it was like, full circle. It's crazy how God worked.
Yeah, it's, we all go through, things in life that nobody can understand. And we all question it. I'm in the same situation where, I get hurt, trying to figure out like, I'm hurt, but, I'm trying to catch Steve Nash. I'm trying to catch this person. I just missed out.
It's like a competitive spirit.
Yeah, you sit here, you're not taking nothing serious. Like, nah, I ain't got, you still trying. You get hurt again, and you sitting there like, all right, it's 2 injuries. Okay, they're in front of me right now, but I'm not gonna let this man catch me. Now I gotta sit there training, blow the other one out.
That's all we know. That's all we know our whole life with basketball. That's all we love to do. So when it's taken away from us prematurely, it's like, what the? You feel me? But at the end of the day, like I said, if it wasn't for God, me having that spiritual background, me knowing basically I was so thankful to be alive, first and foremost. I was like, just letting me figure it out. Day by day, I got stronger. Day by day, more kids started coming to the program. I started being able to show them more things. And it's just like, yeah, now y'all know, now y'all see.
I think it's the fight, the Hooper fight in you that kept you going. Because, just hearing a story, most people would have broke a long time ago.
And changed professional.
It just broke. Like, I would have, you would have lost it after high school. Like, you know what I mean? But that Hooper spirit of the cockiness it was the blessing and the curse.
It was.
The curse to keep you going, but it was the blessing to keep you going also. You know what I mean? It's like, the cocky, like, oh, I see him here, I'm here, I got to keep going. You know what I mean? And you didn't quit. So, yeah, it might not have got you to the NBA because of injuries, but the people you're training, you getting them to the NBA was probably the whole goal the whole time.
And I think that's more fulfilling than anything now that I am feeling now during being a skill developer is because I'm seeing the kids actually develop and feel appreciated. Like they look at me like with a different look, and I was like, dang, they'll understand that's more therapeutic for me than they're helping me more than I'm helping them.
And that's what, that's probably that path you was probably going on, not knowing that, you know what I mean, that this is it. When you look back 10 years from now and say, man, to be honest, I put 22 NBA players into the league. WNBA, I've made 30 pros. And that pro, you remember that pro that gets to the pro says, hey man, JMack, come on man, I want you as my head coach. You know what I mean? Now another whole career done started.
We know how it works.
And that's how it started. It starts from what you're doing now.
Yeah, I'm definitely just getting started. So that being said, it's like I'm loving every moment of the journey, loving every moment of the process of me finding the next diamond in the rough.
Because it's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a challenge of seeing something that doesn't have the confidence. You just instill the confidence in them and just say, hey, listen, this is what you are. This is who you're gonna be. If you want it, let's go get it.
And I feel like I can't lie to him because I witnessed it with you. I seen you grind. I seen you with the double rim. I seen Kobe grind with his work ethic at Palisades High School, 6 in the morning. Him and Tracy McGrady flying out here going for hours one-on-one. Kobe work on the same move for hours, same move for a whole week. So like, bro, watching Michael Jordan tapes over and over again, like I'm watching greatness. I'm witnessing it. Not knowing it's gonna become greatness, not knowing you're gonna become who you became, not knowing Kobe's gonna become who he's become. I'm feeling myself, forget y'all. But I'm witnessing this stuff. Paul Pierce, Jason Hart, Baron Davis, so all this stuff me witnessing now, I can pour into the next generation, let them know you don't look familiar. Nah, you look right, you ready.
Yeah. And people don't understand that. People, like I can even see, I can look at kids and see, if you don't watch out, you're in the moment right now, but if you don't watch out, you're gonna be lost. And you know, you can see it because we've been through the era where we've seen it come and go. We've seen, you know, okay, he's being babied. You know, he doesn't have the dog. He has the skill, but doesn't have the dog. He has a natural talent, but he doesn't have work. You can see it. You know, and it's like trying to tell some kid, like, hey, you might want to humble him now before basketball gods do.
Right, facts.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's, you know, you're in the position where you can tell a story. Say, listen, hey, who you are, I was 10 times in front of you, homeboy. Like this is before social media, and I was popping way before.
Right, facts.
You know, I said, you got social media on your side, and you wasn't even close to me.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You can say that, and for him to say like, you're right. Let me go ahead and listen to what he's saying.
But that's the thing, though. This generation, yeah, I can say that, but they won't believe me. Or they don't. Honestly.
Well, they got to believe you now.
Yeah, but that's now though. That's how I have a full circle.
I was gonna say put your story out there.
But they get to see it now. It's go live.
I mean, everything happens full circle.
That's what I'm saying. You going live.
When you official, it's small.
You gotta remember. Listen, I was there. I watched you where I just finished dropping Crenshaw, and I'm feeling myself and hearing grown 11th graders, 10th grade people say, "Yo, that's godson right there."
Well, I wanted to bring up Kobe because of your relationship with him, and then exactly what you're talking about was how you saw his game evolve and progress over the years, knowing what he was capable of and then what he accomplished. What was that like, having a front row seat?
First of all, like I said, I didn't know what he was capable of, but I knew his work ethic, but I was so caught up in myself. Like literally, I thought I was that guy and I was gonna be next. So in the day, I'm not worried about you. I told Derek Fisher, I don't know if you remember this, but I told you I would take your spot. I remember saying that to him one day, like, I'm gonna take your spot, because I was that guy. I felt like I was that good, gonna be that good. So it was just that competitive spirit in me. So just seeing Kobe, he hated losing, he hated not playing. And Del Harris didn't play him. And then when he was winning at the, like during scrimmages at practice, I remember vividly, Dale would put him on the losing team and see if he could make his way back to the winning team. And they would lose, he would be hot. But that was just, I guess, building that fire in him. I don't know what Dale they had going internally, but I know Cole used to stay hours after practice, have me rebound, and be mad that Dale was messing with him. He was just talking shit and hitting jumpers, nothing but net, hitting them. I'm like, all right, bro. But he was real anal about being the best. And him watching Jordan over and over. He got the Jordan tape from Nick Van Exel. Nick Van Exel had VHS tape and of Michael Jordan highlights. And he asked for it one time. He never gave it back to Nick. I don't know if Nick got it back from him before he passed away.
Sure he didn't.
But
like that chain.
Exactly, you feel me? But that's how he was, though. He wanted to be, if not like MJ, better than MJ. But he wanted to be the best player that he could be. And he knew that Del Harris was holding him back. So he just exerted all that extra energy that he couldn't waste during the game and practice and worked out. And it worked out for him.
Yeah, turned into a beast.
Yeah, it turned into a monster. He was already a beast.
Yeah, people don't understand. Like sometimes, you know, that fire can do two things. It can burn, you know, greatness into us, or it can burn us out. You know what I mean? But, you know, for the most part, if you listen to everyone's story of what got them over the hump, is something happened, you know, that they didn't like, and they used it to their advantage. That's why I said, you know, sometimes, you know, we get broken when things are not going our way, and sometimes it just says, all right, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm sitting in this gym 10, 12 hours, you know, perfecting my craft. You know, it's hard to, you know, to really say you wasn't humble. Injuries. you know, when we think about greatness and we think about the next level, being injured ain't part of the goddamn story.
Right, exactly.
Let's just be honest. It
Right.
ain't in, like, it like
they'll say that part.
if somebody would have told you, yeah, man, you're gonna get hurt your freshman year, like, nah, hold on, what do you mean? You ain't gonna do that to me.
Right, right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not part of our story. Our story is always, we don't mind going through the war, as long as I still got my body.
Right.
I don't care where you put me at. You can put me in any country you want and tell me to make it back here. I'm gonna make it. Just give me my tools.
Right.
That you looking at, and that's what we don't understand sometimes. When you know my knee get taken away, your knee get taken away, and you trying to battle the same demon, but less of a demon yourself. And don't understand the process of, wait, hold on. We gotta remember, we're coming through the era where if we can still play 25%, we supposed to play.
Right. If ain't broke, yeah. If there's no blood, no foul.
We didn't understand that, no, hold on. He's 100%. You get 100% first, and then make it a fair fight.
Think about it.
They want you to play half injured so they can beat you. And you make up the excuse like, I was injured. I don't care. No. You know, just so someone can say, that ain't my problem. If you wasn't healthy, you shouldn't have got out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that was all competitive.
I couldn't tell nobody that I was injured.
No, that's what I'm saying. You just had to go out there.
Yeah, I just had to go out there and represent and get my butt bust or go on a bad wheel.
But that was the thing where we didn't have the luxury to be like, wait, hold on, let me listen to my body. You know, we
didn't have no knowledge or no mentors to really guide us.
Like still swelling up after the game. That something ain't right still. If it's swelling up after every game, means it ain't fully. Right. You know, we didn't.
I know about chiropractors and stuff too, like my freshman year in college.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, you done already went through 2 major surgeries. That's done really changed the game a little bit.
All the way a little bit.
It didn't change how you move.
Aaron Brooks, I saw him out there. I remember I looked up, saw him in Oregon. I'm like, I remember this dude, he in the league now? Oh my God, my injury, if I wasn't injured.
It does it to you.
Like these dudes don't even know, so.
Because your mind, you're already thinking about other things. You're thinking about competition. You're thinking about winning. You're thinking about your play. You're in a different universe.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're thinking about your place. You got to remember, you got injured and you stopped. And now you have to spend your time rehabbing while everybody's still getting better. So that means whoever you was with gets a little further. Whoever you was in front of is catching
that, right.
You know what I mean? So you don't have time to really process this.
I came back jumping higher off this injury than I did before I got hurt. Because I worked so much on my squat.
Because you worked so much on putting, not realizing you didn't put no focus on this one.
I feel like it's a higher power, it's God. Yeah. It's God's humbling us, finding ways to humbling us, like, pay attention, brother.
But I think that's your story, because all these setbacks, you never gave up, you never quit.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Especially with basketball.
That is the real lesson, that you went through all of this to sit here today to just be like, I'm still here.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna put my stamp on the game no matter what.
I feel like that's my purpose.
If it's putting it through these kids, I'm going.
Yeah,
it's coming.
The ideal is to be an NBA star. Yeah, I want to have an NBA Gilbert Arenas career, but in the day, that wasn't my path, wasn't my journey. It wasn't rigid in my story. My story is to learn from Gilbert, learn from Kobe, Bryant, all these NBA legends, and then give back to the next generation. Let them know their do's and don'ts. Let them know what it takes. I don't want to be a coach, but I will be in the gym, let you know what your flaws are, your weaknesses are, and how to perfect them, and let's work on it.
Obviously, you're very familiar. We go way back with him, but at this point, what's something you want to exactly pick his brain about?
Pick his brain about I want to pick your brain about, you think whenever you got some free time, you'll be able to come talk to my girls?
Of course.
I know how you are about the women's side of basketball. You ain't a big fan. You ain't a big fan. You're turning more towards the women's side.
I'm turning more towards it. You know, because I expect so much, and it frustrates me when it doesn't.
I mean, they're women first, and they
know.
fundamentally sound. They're not athletic as we are. So, but the game is evolving. The game is changing. Got girls dunking now with 2 hands and stuff. You see, Juju game is crazy. I got a girl in Virginia. She shoots lights off the ball. Just her mental ain't there to the point where she get playing time. But she got a strap. But she'll understand your coach is a 4-time WNBA champion, a 5-time gold medalist. She's not gonna think like a normal coach.
Yeah.
She respect excellence from you, perfection. Like you gotta really go hard, really be locked in. You can't be missing shots in practice and smiling and then you wondering why you ain't playing. Cause you a hired gun, you in there missing shots and you happy about it? That's what Tina hitting me up. Like Tina like, why is she happy? And I'm like, she just a kid having fun. She happy. What you want me to say? She made it out of Inglewood, now she in Virginia doing her thing. Like, but now the realization of her knowing that her coach is serious and her having a chance to go to WNBA, her having a chance to be a provider for a family is more realistic now. These girls are more hungrier than ever. And I feel like it's my duty to being exposed to Kobe, knowing Kobe personally, knowing you personally, knowing these legends personally, to give back to the game to a point where they can have that upper hand, have that one up on their opponents, and really got that confidence in themselves.
Yeah, I come on and talk to them and
I got a lot of young killers, man. Juju, she was the first one. Was second one, like I said, my first one was Dylan Horton. She's out of Virginia now. Juju came, and then I got a couple other females that's up and coming. And I had your daughter for a small period of time. Worked out a couple of camps, and your son. It just more. I'm getting training, the more exposure I get in LA basketball and the culture and the grassroots, and I'm excited. I definitely love where the women game is going, and I mean, like I said, I'm here to stay, man. I ain't trying to go nowhere.
What else you got?
Oh, what else I got? Still got that chain?
Still got that chain, man. Got that chain. I probably owe you one, though.
All right. Yeah, so outside of that, though, it's all love. Just thinking, I appreciate y'all for this platform. Trying to expand Real is Rare brand. Just try to tap into the girl side, tap into the basketball in general. Let everybody know that I'm here now. I'm really official. And yeah, Real is Rare.
All right.
Gil and I think we do this one for the road, and I think it's your story is one for the road, and that's for all of us, because you've lived this life and you've been through all these ups and downs, and it's got to where you are today, and that's inspiring. And that's the best thing you can do as a coach, inspire and motivate. Yeah. And for us, I mean, if we can get that out there, that's awesome. But also for us to follow that too and watch you and everything that you're gonna get to next. I think you're just getting started. Really.
Yeah, because you gotta remember, there's players right now going through the same thing. And they're gonna be listening to it and just, all right, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep going.
I mean, as long as you have faith in God, have faith in yourself, and just really believe in yourself, anything is possible.
And no, it's not an easy street. Most of us, it's a hard road.
Yeah, it's a hard road, no matter where you look at it.
Yeah, life's not easy. You gotta just keep your head down, have faith in yourself, and believe.
And I think that the basketball, the life component of it is the real important thing. That you're gonna win and lose. There's gonna be times where you're down. There's gonna be challenges, and like that's life.
It's a boxing match. You know what I mean? It's 12 rounds. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some you're gonna tie. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're just gonna wake up and be like, not today. You know, sometimes I'm gonna go out there and just
get it in.
Just fight. You know,
just
whatever happens, you know.
Keep swinging.
If I knock today out, I knock today out. If I don't, I don't. But I'm gonna give it my all today. You know what I mean? That's just, you know, you just wanna be able to fight more than you know, more than you sit there and throw the white flag in.
So I push all my kids to be great because they saw about that fight. So I try to pour myself into them. Little by little, that's all that matters.
All right, keep going.
JMack,
appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All day.
My brother. You already know.
And we're gonna locate that chain and get it back to JMack. It's No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. As Gilbert Arenas over there. It's JMack. Real is Rare. Get familiar. I'm Mike Botticello. Catch you every Monday, 8 o'clock on Fubo, and we'll see you next time.